ethnic tensions are dismissed by the Nigerian government. And this is yet another example of the federal government not heeding the voice of the people. What is your take on that, the lack of responsiveness?
Well, you see, I've said several things on this platform and other media platforms across this country, and even internationally. And this is the attitude of this government: pick and choose, which would not work well for this country. And this is a clear example of opportunist Nigerians who speak to the gallery just because they wanted to get into a position. Now, how can someone... Fantami has already admitted his crime. So there is no need even to investigate anything because he has already admitted, he has apologized. Whether the apology is good enough to exonerate him, that I wouldn't know. But all I say is that for this government to be effective in anything, fighting corruption, fighting insecurity, they have to be resolute. Whoever commits any of these crimes should be faced the law. It is an opportunism by these men, clergymen, all over, on all sides, that they play to the gallery because they want to draw attention. Now, he did that at a certain period, and now he's reaping the fruits of it because he has been recognized and given an appointment. Now that his past was bad, it is important that he faces his own music.
Okay, on that note, we'll take a short commercial break, and then when we return, the conversation will continue. Please stay with us, Alhaji Buba Galadima.
From LV, with prices from £95. Get cover that's right for you at a price that's right too. Buy direct at lv.com.
See you later. Oi! Stop! What are you saying? You're right.
Nigeria is at the
I'm
verge.
just going to those. I just want to give them.
Nigeria is at the verge of collapse. And it will collapse because, as we all know, the country is not working. Buba Galadima is live on one of the network that we are streaming from, but they've gone on a short break. As you know, the job of mine, Koiki Media, is to also bring to you as it's happening, so that Buba Inti Lamfani ati Mari ni, for one reason or the other, because a lot of our Yorubas, brothers, and Igbos that are living outside the country does not pick up some of the news on the ground, and news is underreported. So Buba Galadima is who is being interviewed, but they've gone on a short break. I'm just waiting for them to come back. Nigeria, as we know, first and foremost, there will be a mega rally in Ifo this weekend. Make sure if you're around, make yourself available and join the goodwill of the Yoruba people that will be coming out for that rally this particular weekend. So please, tẹ́bá wà ní Ifọ̀, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn ní Ifọ̀ ní wákàtí agogo mẹ́wàá àárọ̀. The meeting point is Toyin bus stop off Ishaga Road. It's a mega rally. Buba Galadima is also from the northern part of the country, but it speaks truth to the power. Does not mean that the situation in the country, that we are saying that as Yoruba people, we are no longer interested to be part of that unity country called Nigeria. Nigeria has failed woefully, and everybody needs to realize and understand that. Nigeria is a country, not just because it's a country, it was a country created by the Great Britain. And Great Britain cannot continue to bring this unity together, they need to break it up so that more lives can be saved. Yesterday in Ogbomoso, somebody died because they couldn't get money for treatment at Ogbomoso General Hospital. You can confirm that. My name is Olayomi Koiki. A lot of you know me as Koiki Media. We will continue to bring the news and report as it's happening. But this weekend, please, we still need your support to make sure that the rally goes successfully well. Whatever you can do to support, please do so. We must continue the acclamation. It's going to be a peaceful rally on Sunday at Ifo. And I guess, they're coming back now. The country is more worried about what is happening in Chad. What has kini problem tawa pẹ̀lú Chad? A country that have not been able to secure their land is more involved in what is happening in Chad. If nothing is not wrong with us, Baraka the Jumat, happy Friday to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Please, if you're going to be around, join the peaceful rally in Ifo this Sunday at 10 a.m. If you think you can support with water, puff, anything that you think that you can support with, please let us know. Send us the money and we will produce it. We are not receiving any food stuff in terms of that. So maybe people do not might start saying, oh, I think don't gel. No, that's not what we are saying. We will create all those things and send it to them. We need banners. We need flyers. We need to understand that the role and the job of everybody is not just Koiki Media. It is the job of every one of us. Good morning. I'm just waiting for Buba Galadima. Nigeria is not going to be Nigeria again. It doesn't matter. It's either a Yoruba territory or no Nigeria. Economy Gini. Forget about what the Lai Mohammed is talking about. He's just an old man. Forget about what all your governors are saying. They are only selfish because they know that the Hausa Fulani wants to control every one of us. Maybe one day they'll start telling us the kind of dress you can wear. Do you know that in Kano, what you can do as a business, you cannot do the same thing. The business you can do in the southeast, if you want to sell pork, like pig, you have the right to do so, but not in Kano, because Kano does not allow you to do so. So what is the essence of being in a unity where you cannot do alcohol business in Kano, but Kano can take off more money from us from the south as VAT from the alcohol? I think Buba Galadima is back. Let's go back.
As this channel, Buba Galadima, businessman and politician, is still here with us. We're taking a look at myriad of issues in the country. So, Alhaji, good to see you again after a while. I want to talk about the insecurity in the country. You've constantly talked about this. I mean, what's your feel? It's like another day, another chaos as we speak today.
It's chaos every day anyway.
Students of Greenfield School, University in Kaduna,
it's chaos every day.
nowhere to be found.
It's a messed up country.
Zamfara incident
Shit
happened.
old country.
I mean, what is all of this telling us that we are not hearing?
We are not one. That's all. And we can never be one.
Well, let's go back to where we started. Just a little bit about Fantami, whom the federal government has cleared because they said he has apologized. And I said that we shouldn't choose and pick. Because if anybody who commits an offense apologizes, and we should be let free. So let the federal government today release Reverend Jolly Nyame, the Chief Dari of Plateau State. They have been jailed, and they had remorse in court. Why doesn't the federal government now release them? Or those that are being interrogated for theft, they should now be let off the hook if they apologize. Now, coming back to the issue of security, I want to say that before I come into Nigeria, we have a very, very serious problem in our hands today. As Idris Deby, the former president of Chad, is being buried today. I want to go back to a little history so that people understand what had happened in Chad and how it will negatively affect Nigeria. And Nigeria should be interested in what had happened in Chad because the war now would be on our doors and more insecurity would increase. In the late 50s, early 50s, a medical doctor called Dr. Abba Sadiq started a rebellion against the government of Francois Tumbalbaye, and he was killed in the battlefront. Later on, Tumbalbaye arrested General Felix Malum for attempting to overthrow him and put him inside well. When he is to be slaughtered the following day, General Odingar and Abdul Qadir, Generals Odingar and Abdul Qadir Kamege staged a coup and killed and removed the Tumbalbaye's government. Then the Guran people, as epitomized by the son of their king, President Gukuni Wadai and President Hissène Habré, launched an offensive, and after negotiations in Kano, the Felix Malum stepped down and lived in Lagos, where Gukuni Wadai became the president of Chad. The two allies, Habré and Gukuni Wadai, Habré now staged another coup, removed Gukuni Wadai, and installed himself the president of Chad. Déby, who was the chief of staff to Hissène Habré, also removed him. I'm coming in a military coup. It is important for the security of Nigeria. Removed him in a military coup. He has held Chad by the jugular because he was a strong man. Even though his human rights records, his fight of corruption is questionable, but he was strong in the sense that not only that he held Chad so firmly, but he assisted in propping governments like in Niger, in Mali, in Central Africa, and even in Nigeria. Now, the sun is set for Déby. And Chad is facing an extreme civil war because there are four groups of rebels. One directly coming from the east through southern Sudan, another one from Faya Lerju to Abeche facing Chad, and then another one directly from the north in, then another group from the Kanem region, which is all of these groups play allegiance to Muhammad Mahdi, their leader. Chad is likely, if Nigeria does not act quickly, Chad is likely to fall into a civil war. A civil war in Chad, if we could remember, or if we would not want to know, that these troops were trained in Libya under a territory held by General Khalifa Haftar, who was the commander of one of the forces in Libya when Muammar Gaddafi was killed. And he was being supported by Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. Now, a lot of arms are now likely to filter into Nigeria. Therefore, we must use this opportunity because we have nobody, even if we have an information to give in this government, that it is important. Nigeria takes a very, very, very interesting role because if Chad falls into civil war, the small arms that will filter into Nigeria will make Boko Haram bolder, will make Boko Haram more resilient, will make Boko Haram invincible, and they are likely to take parts of Nigeria. Therefore, Nigeria must make a deliberate interest to bring about peace so that Chad does not fall into a civil war. And one of this is that they bring a solution of convoking a national conference, what the French colonists will call Conference Nationale, so that they draw a power sharing between the rebels and the government in N'Djamena, which is fragile. The government in N'Djamena, or else Chad itself can divide into two between northern Chad and the southern Chad, who are the northern Muslims and the animist south of Chad. This is very, very critical to the security of Nigeria. If now, coming back to the question you asked, that a lot of students were kidnapped in the northern flank, the one governor said 8,000, and some parts of North Central. If we can't even deal with banditry and kidnapping, how can we now face a lethal Boko Haram that would have an arms supply through the rebels in Chad? That is the question that is before Nigerians.
Well, Alaji, yes, I like your analysis of the situation in Chad. And we need to be worried about the borders, particularly around the Lake Chad basin, which is a vast, complex territory with a lot of porous points. Do you think that Nigeria has the capacity to be able to monitor the borders? First, to check the influx of refugees from Chad, and also to secure our territory. And secondly, on the issue of schools that you talked about, this week there's been a lot of talk about how to make our schools safe. As you speak, over 618 schools have been shut down in 5 states of the north. And we have repeated cases of students being attacked and abducted in their schools. What should we do to make the schools safe? Or you think the problem is one of lack of political will?
Well, Doctor, I've just pulled the carpet off my feet. The issue is not that of capacity, the issue is that of a will. If a minister of government is accused of certain misdemeanor in the past, and the government comes out to defend him, it means that that government hasn't got the will to either fight corruption, to fight insecurity, or provide education to its own children. It is on record everywhere, because even information about kidnappings are now being suppressed in the frontline states of Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and other places. A lot of people are being kidnapped, a lot of villages are being sacked, and you the press are not reporting. And we know of that. And unless you report and take this as your fight, we are not likely to get this government to act. This government doesn't have the will to do anything to secure Nigerians. And that is their primary responsibility. If a government cannot fight corruption, how can they fight insecurity? It is a fact that everybody sleeps in fear in some parts of this country. And it's now creeping into the southeast, and it is going to be dangerous. Northwest is on fire, northeast had been on fire, north central was on fire, now southeast is catching fire. Then where do we run to? Niger. If the Chadians fall into a civil war and they withdraw their 2,000 strong military men that is keeping the government of Niger alive, then there is likelihood that the government in Niger itself cannot survive. If Chad falls into a civil war and they pull out their military in Mali that is keeping that government alive, then that government is likely to collapse. If Chad pulls out its forces in Central Africa, where they only control the capital of Bangui, then that government is also gone. And with what is happening, and Boko Haram becomes more deadly and lethal in the northeastern part of this country, then how can you, the Nigerian military is likely going to be overstretched. And the problem with us is that most public servants, including security agencies, are more concerned with what they will get rather than what they will do to secure the Nigerian state and the Nigerian people.
Galadima, you've painted a very frightening picture. Nigeria is surrounded by a ring of danger and evil across the region, and also troubled at home. Well, we hope that the government will do what it must do and find a will to address this challenge. Thank you very much, Alhaji Buba Galadima, for joining us on the morning show. Thank you very much indeed.
Right, we'll go for a quick one.
I laugh in Tokyo. A lot of our people are still living in denial. When we say to you that Nigeria is not working, some of you refuse to listen to us. Some of you refuse to accept that the country is in a total mess. And the mess that this country is affecting every single person. Whether you are rich, it doesn't matter. Whether you are poor, it doesn't matter. But what matters is that the country is a taboo. A real taboo. That's what the country is all about. But I'm just going to talk for about a few minutes. So, but let me bring it like this. When we are saying to you all, this country is not working. Some of you don't listen. Hey, Koiki, wale ti poju, she won the. You know what is going to happen? Let me see if I can play one audio that was sent to me this morning. We are in a big mess. A mess. Serious mess. If we don't come out of Nigeria, you see all this one they're talking about Chad, Mali, Niger, right? What is going to happen is you heard Galadima kept on saying that, they have some, like, I think Chad is providing like a security for most of those regions. And if they unplug it, you know what's going to happen? Every single one of us will be the next target. They haven't got the land to work on anymore. And that is why they are now doing everything within their power to make sure that Nigeria is their next prey, where they can come in and do so many atrocity. But our people, we are waking up every day with news of what is happening in the southeast. Unknown gunmen. Now we have so much unknown gunmen in the country, just like my brother Manahing will always say. It has now become where Aniko Konwa, that is only happening in the southeast. You heard what Galadima said. Forget about it. News is underreported in this country. So that means, excuse me, that means those in the north are being kidnapped on a daily basis. But nobody's talking about it because it doesn't concern us. The north is in a big mess already. The north central is gone. The northeast is gone. Now, southeast is facing the burden with a lot of unknown gunmen, where police station is now becoming a target frequently. So some of you say we are not at war. I agree with you. I agree. Especially those that are still undecided. They have not decided exactly whether, we should come out of Nigeria and stand on our own and defend our territory. The Nigerian government cannot defend the territory anymore. The territory is already gone out of the hands of the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government does not have the power anymore to protect any one of us. So that means we are all prey. And that is something that so many of us refuse to agree. We don't want to agree on that because we are more concerned about our own family alone. But we should be concerned about what is happening as well in the southeast of the country. The country is already going into disintegration. But until maybe when you start hearing that the headquarters police was burnt down by unknown gunmen. What do we call unknown gunmen? When we have the security architect that should have still provide security for you until we leave Nigeria. But rather, that is not happening. And every one of us have become a target. There will be a peaceful rally on Sunday at 10 o'clock at E4. If you are available, try to join that rally. Just to tell you that it does not matter whether you're a Christian, It does not matter whether you are a Muslim. It does not matter whether you are Babalawo. Anyone can be a target by these bastards on the road called the Fulanis. And there are so many of them now that Yorubas are now paying 2 million, 3 million to secure their loved ones, and yet, so when we get this kind of voice note, my question is, so people wants to secure their lives of their loved ones. And I'm sure some of you must have donated money one way or the other. But nítorí pé wọ́n ní tí kò báyìí tí kànyàn, ẹ mọ̀ pé nísìnyí, èmi ò ní ti kàn mí nísìnyí. We've been talking last year. I have been shouting, just like all the other medias and different platforms, that there is a problem in the land. There's a problem in Nigeria. And that problem is going to be beyond us. Because I want to say, they are not interested in whether you're a Christian or Muslim. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio tó ń bọ̀ yìí.
Ó lágbára. Wọ́n fẹ́ lè sọ pé láti January 1st títí di bí àsìkò tá a wà yìí tí mò ń gbọ́ pé èèyàn kú mi ò lè kà á bóyá sáìdì bí tá a wà ní bóyá ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ń bò mí o mi ò lè sọ the rate of death is too much.
Thank God. The rate of death is too much.
The rate of death is too much.
It's too much.
Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú fún wa ayọ̀láyọ̀ 2021 òun la máa fi làjà lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmín o.
Àní bá wọn kúkú àjọkú àní bá wọn kúkú ọwọ́ wọn.
Àmín o.
Ìgbé oró ìgbé ẹkún kò ní sọlẹ̀ nílé wa.
Àmín o. If we do the right thing.
Ṣé ẹ rí ara pé ilé ẹni tí ẹ rò pé ó lè kú 50 years to this time ẹ gbọ́ pé ó kú.
Ṣẹ́gbọ́n kan tó sọ, the person, let me translate that. The person that you've never thought would die within the next 50, 30 years, you will just hear that he died. Because the Fulanis, terrorists, these are not cattle rearers. They are blood sucker. They are terrorists. Terrorists, ni wọ́n, and they are all over the Yoruba land now. Forget about the north and the southeast. What iwa lenkun lelewa? They are now kidnapping more Yorubas than last year. And Yorubas are paying money, but yet they are still being killed. Eja magboro yẹn lọ.
Ju gbogbo ẹ lọ. Inú oṣù on the 30 of September of March oṣù tó kọjá nígbà Easter wọ́n kidnap pastor mi. Gbogbo kókó inú ìwé ìròyìn pátápátá ló gbé. Gbogbo kókó inú ìwé ìròyìn, gbogbo mídíà, Oprah mini. Ẹ máa gbọ́ pé wọ́n gbé pastor kan ní Ondo State. Ipò ń bọ̀ láti orí òkè wọ́n kidnap ẹ̀.
Ó ń bọ̀ láti orí òkè. The pastor was coming from where the pastor has gone to deliver or make prayers. But that does not mean the bastard terrorist on the road to commit that crime. I won't care. Be a pastor ni. So when people say that ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn la gbé dání o, àwọn ní tàbáànì, àwọn ní láwánì, wọ́n ní pé Kóìkí o, tàbá ti ń rí kinní, sórí kinní, òun ló ń bí wa nú. Orí olókun yẹn ó ń bí wa nú. Orí olókun bí yín nú. Orí olókun bí yín nú. But people are being killed on a daily basis. You are more concerned about this image, about that image. Image yẹn lẹ wọ́n concerned about. Especially those that believe and they are so fanatics when it comes to religion. Ẹ fi ìpọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, ẹ mú ọ̀rọ̀ afẹ́gba freedom, afẹ́fi defend territory wa. You are using that as against the image. Image yẹn lẹ́yìn wà concerned about. Pastor kan ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́, ẹ jẹ́ á máa gbọ́.
Pé wọ́n pa, wọ́n ní pé yẹ wà lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, wọ́n ló ń bọ̀ fún ìfira kókó. Chọ́ọ̀chì tí mo ti ń jọ́sìn gangan, pastor mi gangan lẹni tí wọ́n kidnap yẹn. Inú àwẹ̀ ló wà o. Inú àwẹ̀ ló wà. Sunday Palm Sunday ló bá wa ṣe last. Tó jẹ́ pé ó gbéra ògórí òkè lọ. Ó lọ bá wọn ṣe program. Wọ́n ní church sí ìlú wọn ní ọmọ òfin àkókò ni. So wọ́n ní church ńlá náà síbẹ̀ tó máa ń lọ every month. So but church ti wa àwẹ̀ tó parí lẹ́ǹtì onígbàgbọ́ marathon la máa fi ń gbà. Marathon ni pé àwẹ̀ bíríbírí tó ní break fúnjọ́ mẹ́ta. So tiwa yẹn máa ń jẹ́ Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Good Friday ló parí ẹ̀. Tí ìlú òkè ìyẹn àwọn ẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Òru Wednesday wọ́n máa break. Pastor mi oṣooṣù ló lọ sí church sí ìlú ẹ̀ níbi tí church wà.
Just like so many of you are watching us anywhere, at least in bá wá sílé, màá kàn sáré lọ sílé. But what you forgot to understand is you will do the same journey. Ó ti dìjẹ́ta nísìn 18 passenger bus, the whole 16 passenger mọ̀bí tó wà báyìí. 16 people are missing in the Yoruba land, and we have our governors still sleeping. We have our governors. Taba sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn nísìn, wọ́n ní ẹnu yín ti mú jù. We have all the governors. When 16 Yorubas were kidnapped right in the Yoruba land. Tí bàbá Chief Sunday Igboho bá jáde nísìn, wọ́n ní ó tún today o, ẹ fi sílẹ̀ o. But nobody saying anything. 16. Mọ̀bí tó wà nísìn, ẹja máa gbọ́rọ̀ yìí lọ. I'll be going back to the studio before 11, but I still have about another 20 minutes before I bring this broadcast to an end.
Because àwọn èèyàn béèrè pé kò ṣe ibi tó ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń lọ. Ìgbà míì ìgò lè lọ lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta láàrin oṣù. So kí n má fọ̀rọ̀ ògùn. Pastor wa parí tọ̀hún yẹn. Ó fẹ́ wá join tiwa ní Wednesday. Ó ń bọ̀ ń dájí. Àwọn Fúlàní darandaran tó ń sọ. Because a wò pé ohun tìgbà tí mo tó interview driver lèmi tó mọ ìpò tó gbà yìí pé set up kọ́.
This is not a script. This is what happened to their pastor. À ń sọ fún ẹ̀yin wòlíì yẹn nísìn. Ẹ dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ tètè máa pariwo pé wàhálà ti délùú. A máa fàdúrà tí lóòótọ́, but a máa prepare for the worst case scenario. Wòlíì kan nísìn kọ́lọ̀ tẹ̀sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ ó ti lọ nísìn. Bóyá tó bá ti ń sọ fáwọn ọmọ ìjọ wọn. Look, we have to be very security conscious because there's a danger in the Yoruba land. Kò tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ náà tì mọ́, ó ti wà lẹ́kùnlé wá. Ọ̀rọ̀ March 30 là ń sọ yìí o. This is not last year. Last year of March, I was screaming, shouting. Every blessed day I was waking up to tell those at home that we are in danger, but they did not believe us. They did not believe us because I want you in Shadura, Nigeria. They are still praying for Nigeria. Ẹ jẹ́ máa gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn lọ.
Pé bóyá ẹ̀mù ìlú èèyàn tó bá rí pé nǹkan kan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ń da wọ́n lè fẹ́ pààyàn àbí kan báyẹn àbí set up. But according to òun ìdílé lọ sọ pé driver yẹn mo interview ẹnìkan ṣe pé mọ́mí jẹ́jẹ́jọ́ ṣé ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ní rédíò rí ni.
Ṣé gbọ́? The woman is giving the analysis of what happened. Pé bóyá wọ́n set ẹ mọ̀ pé every one of ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa náà ìwọ náà tó bá ti wálé òfin lọ sílùú because òfin jẹ́ kó ṣe jàǹbá fún ẹ. You know that, you know when you come back home, you are more scared to go back to your village because you believe that Osho kan wà níbẹ̀ tó fẹ́ pa ẹ́. But it is all lies. These have been the deceit that the Western world has given us, that every problem is your family, is your problem, it is all poverty. If your family were doing very well, they give no care. I don't want to use the F word this morning. They don't care whether you just came back from America or UK or Canada. The reason why you at the back of your head is thinking that Tiba de Nigeria, Tiba ni lọ sí Àkúrẹ́, àbí Kogi, àbí Kwara, àwọn èèyàn mi inú wa máa bí mi sí wọn àbí inú wa máa bí mi sí pé òun náà ti ṣoríire. If Nigeria was working to the standard, not everybody has to be a rich man, but if they were having the same comfort like you, they care less. Good morning, Citizen AY. They don't care whether you've just arrived back from Japan. They give no care. But everybody has become very fearful. Ogun Osho nìkan ló ń lé gbogbo wa. Ogun Fúlàní wà nísìnyí tó fẹ́ pa wá. Àwọn church, they are not talking about it. Àwọn mọ́ṣáláṣí, they are not talking about it. Ogun Osho kọ́ ló fẹ́ pa wá mọ́ nísìnyí o. Ogun àjẹ́ kọ́ ló fẹ́ pa wá. Ogun Fúlàní ti fẹ́ pa wá. Ogun Fulani today, and I'm not joking. This all happened to this woman. Ó wá di pé òun náà ń gba ọ̀rọ̀ sọ lẹ́nu driver because she doesn't want to believe it. She thought, just like you and me, that when you come back, tí bá ti lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú nísìn, ó ṣeé ṣe kán fi nǹkan sínú omi fún mi kí n mu kí n kú. No, it's all because of the situation in the land. That's why we are all thinking like that. If your family were not depending on you, they have no reason to even care whether you just came back from any part of the world. They give no shit or care. But the reason why we are all thinking in that direction is because the country is in abject state of poverty. Poverty. And that is why everybody becomes very fearful. It is only when you are coming to Nigeria, and that's why we are all looking for prayer warriors everywhere. And when Thomas Shadura Funwa, and Thomas, no, don't matter if Nigeria was working. Have you ever with your loved ones pray on your way to Italy? Have you ever prayed with your loved ones to US? No, you don't pray. But the only time you pray is when you're coming back to Nigeria because you are thinking that your family will be your problem. It's because you have been the one carrying the burden of your family. Rather than the government that should be carrying the burden. Now the burden is on everybody. If you are still going to any church and they are not talking about Yoruba nation, walk away now. Now, before it is too late. If you're going to any mosque and they are not talking about Yoruba nation, walk away. You are better off to pray in your house. There is danger in the Yoruba land. Your governor cannot help you. Your politician will never help you. Forget it. Some of us might be helped, but not everybody will be helped. Let's continue with the conversation.
Torí pé kí ni òun survive. Where is the top body?
Sorry, somebody's trying to call.
Where is the top body program yẹn tí wọ́n ń bọ̀? Òun ni àwọn.
Mo wà lórí program live báyìí ni mo wà lórí live so mo dem play nǹkan lórí ibẹ̀ ṣe ń pè yẹn. Ṣé fẹ́ dá sórí? Okay, mo ń gbọ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Tí mo wà tán máa ṣe rálé èkó tá a bá máa ṣe àjẹkẹ́ everybody mọ̀. All right then, I saw it later. Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ ń pè later mọ́ mi mo wà live báyìí mo wà live máa pè yín padà. Everybody is more concerned about the rally èkó. Bí wọ́n gbé ìwọ̀n ìṣèkó yẹn ni tẹ̀fí ń rò pé àní dẹ́kọ̀. A máa dẹ́kọ̀ but ìyẹn kọ́ là ń bá lọ nísìn. So bí ìwọ̀n lọ gbé sẹ́kọ̀ èkó wá dàbí ìwọ̀n ló wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àbí lójú yín ìwọ̀n ló wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn èkó yẹn wá dàbí I don't even know what they call Lagos for. Wọ́n wá rò pé Lagos náà máa bẹ̀rù pé ẹ máa wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìjọ la fẹ́ ṣe rálẹ̀ èkó ẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀ ṣé ìwọ̀n ló wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni tó bá bí Tinubu dá kọ́ lọ gbé gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde tó bá bí aláìyá ẹ̀dá la sọ when we are coming to Lagos bí abẹ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ti fọ́ pátápátá. What is in Lagos? Why are you all scared about Lagos? Every time we are hearing when are you coming to Lagos say ẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀. Who is in Lagos? Wọ́n bí wọ́n dá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wo? Wọ́n bí wọ́n dá. Ṣé àwọn ọlọ́lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni? Ẹ̀yẹn fi yẹn sílẹ̀. Forget about it. Ẹ focus níbi tá à ń lọ. Everybody is asking the same question. When are you coming to Lagos? When are you coming? Lagos wada bí kí ni? Who is in Lagos? Tinubu ló lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni? Ṣé Tinubu ló ní Èkó ni? Ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ ká fi yẹn sílẹ̀ ẹja mo fẹ́ divert kúrò níbi tá à ń bá lọ nísìn.
Ní ìdájí mo rò pé àwọn darandaran tírélà kan tó ń bọ̀ wọ́n gbé igi ńlá sọ́nà.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
Tírélà tó ń bọ̀ wọ́n dá ẹ̀ dúró aṣọ sójà náà wọ̀ o.
Did you hear that? Aṣọ sójà ni wọ́n wọ̀. So if you are thinking that your military on the road is there to protect you, you are in one chance and àti wọ gàù àti wọ bàbá problem. Ṣé lẹ́yìn tí ẹ ń sọ pé Koiki kí la fẹ́ ṣe nísìn? Don't ask me kí la fẹ́ ṣe. Everybody role tèmi lèmi play. I cannot play more than what I'm doing. Èmi tí ń play role tèmi ẹ̀yin náà ẹ máa play role tiyín. I am playing my role and I'm doing my best to my own capacity, to my own understanding. Kólúkálukú lọ ṣe best ẹ̀ kó má di pé tí kinní bá fọ́ ó máa affect gbogbo wa náà ni kó tó di pé ó máa dodindi padà. Ẹ jẹ́ àmà gbọ́n kan tí ìyá yẹn sọ lọ because I have to be on the radio at 11 o'clock. If a rally will happen on the 25th, this Sunday, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lásọ.
Wọ́n dá ẹ dúró. Ìyẹn ló fi blọ́ọ̀kì ọ̀nà. So gbogbo mọ́tò tó bá ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìdájí yẹn, wọ́n kó wọn lọ sínú igbó ni. Ó dàbí pé bí mọ́tò bíi kẹta ọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ àwọn náà máa dúró pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Tọ́ dẹ̀ wọ́n sójà lọ́ọ̀kan. Wọ́n á wò pé àwọn kí ló ń porúkọ ẹ̀.
Àwọn operation boss, àwọn military, on protect aráàlú.
Ìgbà tí nǹkan déwájú wọn.
Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Tó wọ́n down tó yẹ pé get down.
Get down.
Ìyẹn ni pé kí ni kò ń get down fún.
Kí ni mo fi get down fún? Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Wọ́n ṣá lórí.
Lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
Ìyẹn driver. Ní dáàdì bá ní pé kí ló ṣe? Wọ́n ṣe wọ́ òun náà sílẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Wọ́n ṣe kó wọn lọ sínú igbó nìyẹn.
Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ṣe rí inú igbó wa ti wá di dín. Inú igbó tó yẹ ká máa sọ pé látòkè kí satellite lè máa monitor ẹ̀. Our forests have now become a problem for every one of us. Every single one of us, we are in wahala. Ẹni tó lówó, ó wà ní wàhálà. Ẹni tó lówó, ó wà ní wàhálà. Ọmọ ìjọ, ó wà ní wàhálà. Pásítọ̀, ó wà ní wàhálà. Ìmáàmù, ó wà ní wàhálà. Bàbá lóṣègùn, ó wà ní wàhálà. Everybody a ti wà ní wàhálà báyìí o. A ti wà ní problem. Tá a bá fa ṣòkòtò wa, ká tètè ṣe gbogbo tó yẹ ká ṣe. Ká fi ọwọ́ kún bàbá Akíntóyè ká lè tètè rọ́nà kọjá. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀wé kọ́ tẹ́ máa tètè máa fìwé bọ̀ ń bá dùn wọn l'Amẹ́ríkà kẹ́ máa lọ́bì. Ẹ sì ń dúró pé Kóìkì kí la fẹ́ ṣe ìyẹn lẹ́ ń dúró dè. Kóìkì kí la fẹ́ ṣe at the last minute tí wàhálà ti dé ẹ̀ ń sọ pé Kóìkì kí la fẹ́ ṣe rather than every one of us to start doing everything. Wọ́n bá pe rally ní London only 10-20 people will go. Wo tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo wa ló máa kọ́kọ́ àfẹ́ẹ̀tì. Ẹ máa gbọ́dọ̀ yẹn lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ last month lélẹ́yìí kò ń ṣe last year dẹ̀ lèmi ní pariwo. At least I have been shouting from last year March every day la fi ń pariwo pé wàhálà ti dé sílẹ̀. Wàhálà ti dé. It is not because I have anything to gain out of this. If you are thinking maybe we have something to gain out of it, I can sit down in Europe and enjoy my life and get better. But what about those at home? What about those that you are thinking, I want a problem, gbogbo wa, àwọn ló ń ṣàgùn sí wa, nobody will ṣàgùn sí anybody. It's the poverty in the land ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So tẹ́ bá ń feel pé ẹ nídìí àdúrà kan nísìn, àdúrà tá nídìí nísìn ni pé ká kúrò nínú ìlú burúkú òṣì yìí kó tó di pé Mali, Chad, Niger, tí gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá ti burst, wàhálà ti dé o. Nínú farm forest wa, forest tó yẹ káwọn èèyàn máa gbin eko sí, kí industry wà. Everybody just waiting and looking. Ẹ fi pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe eré ni. Okay. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́rọ̀ yẹn lọ.
Ọmọ yìí kan sínú igbó yẹn, ó mú fóònù ẹ̀, ó pe ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé tó, àwọn ti bọ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní o.
Ó pe ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé àwọn ti bọ́ sọ́wọ́ Fúlàní. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ gba ìpè tó máa sọ pé a ti bọ́ sọ́wọ́ Fúlàní o, kó má jẹ́ pé yẹn ló máa tún pa ẹni tó wà lọ́hùn. This is no longer a joke. Tẹ́lẹ̀ à ń gbọ́ terrorist ní north. Ó ti wà nísàlẹ̀ o. Terrorist is now currently. Ó ti dé báyìí o. Àwọn mùjẹ̀mùjẹ̀ wọ́n ti wà lórí ilẹ̀ wa. Forget about all the lies all the other medias are telling you, all this NBC registered media. Ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n ni wọ́n ò lè sọ tí àwa ń sọ. And I can understand. Forget about all the mirage. Mẹ̀jẹ̀mẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn tó mẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi wọ́n ti wà lórí ilẹ̀ wa o. Ṣé ní gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ò sọ̀rọ̀, mọ́ṣáláṣí ò sọ̀rọ̀, aráàlú ò sọ̀rọ̀, dókítà ò sọ̀rọ̀, lọ́yà ò sọ̀rọ̀, ẹnjìníà ò sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ̀ ń wò wá ràn. Mẹ̀jẹ̀mẹ̀jẹ̀ ti wà lórí ilẹ̀ o. Eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ mẹ̀jẹ̀mẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn tó mẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi. Ẹ jẹ́ àmà gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn lọ.
Àwọn Fúlàní wá sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ ní Wednesday yẹn wípé kán lọ wá 20 million wá for ransom láti lè fi òun àti driver nìkan náà ló wà ń bẹ̀ láti lè fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. But ìwé ìròyìn sọ wípé àtàwọn méjì kan àtobìnrin méjì àwa náà wọ́n ń dà yìí pé obìnrin méjì àtúnwò pé bóyá àwọn tó wá fún program wọn tó fẹ́ drop lọ́nà nǹkan tá a rò nìyẹn. Àṣé àwọn méjì yẹn another motor ni wọ́n ti kọ́ àwọn yẹn sílẹ̀ because driver ṣàlàyé fún wa yìí pé ìgbà tí wọ́n ká wọn dénú igbó tán ká wọn lọ wọ́n ti bá àwọn kan níbẹ̀ tán ti kó bóyá mọ́tò tó kọ́kọ́ dá dúró wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ káwọn kan lọ kó tún tó kan sẹ́ẹ̀tì tàwọn lẹ́yìn sẹ́ẹ̀tì tàwọn yẹn wọ́n tún lọ kó sẹ́ẹ̀tì kẹta wá.
kábíyèsí ọlọ́run.
so àti òru yẹn ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ níyàwó wọn ti wọ wàhálà pé mo ní wọ́n ti rí lè 20 million bọ́nà ti rí wọ́n ṣàṣàrí sáré wọ́n ṣe wàhálà 2 million ṣàjáde ṣebí Wednesday náà kidnap wọn Thursday láàárọ̀ náà bóun dájú gbẹ̀yìn wọ́n dẹ̀ wà náà ẹ̀wọ̀n tí ì jẹun ṣẹ̀wọ̀n fáwọn tó wà ń bírí láti Sunday ṣẹ̀wọ̀n kò lè lágbára tó tún wá kó sínú kínní tó dẹ̀ pé wọ́n ń wó wọn lọ sínú igbó dáadáa láti máa sọ fún wa pé ó ní igbó tó máa wọn lọ ó ní it's like ó jẹ́ pé from Elliot àwọn tó bá wọn tí mò ń sọ yìí Ìṣàgá ó ní kó ń gbéyàn lọ sí Maryland pẹ̀lú ẹsẹ̀ àwọn fi ń rìn pé àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń ká wọn lọ àwọn 8 ni.
kò máa pè ní sí àgbà kọ́ọ̀lù.
pẹ̀lú ìbọn pẹ̀lú àdá pẹ̀lú weapon ọfà nǹkan báyẹn.
mo wà live ìyẹn mo ṣe ń disconnect yín mo wà live lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ mo dẹ̀ ní pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ because mo ní láti lọ lórí rédíò mo dẹ̀ gba call mo wà live ẹ má bínú bàbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
ó ní bó ṣe ń wá wọn lọ nìyẹn pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ àdá wọ́n dẹ̀ fi ń nà wọ́n.
ẹ gbọ́ lórí ilẹ̀ wa
wọ́n sọ pé ẹ̀wò ti rí òun wọ́n kàn gbébọn fún un ní ọ̀nà ya káwọn tó kù máa lọ.
ẹ gbọ́.
so wọ́n ṣàdáàdì ṣàtọ́jọ́ tọ́ọ̀sì yẹn pé kán mú fóònù wá kóun tún pe ìyàwó òun níbo lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ tó dé àwọn ti rí 2 million. wọ́n bá ládùn ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà ni pé kó gbé fóònù fún àwọn pípẹ́ yẹn pé kán jọ àwọn ti rí 2 million wọ́n bá ní pòkè pé kó wá owó díẹ̀ sí kó tún wá sí 2 million yẹn. ìgbà tó di 2 million gan ò tí ì pé níjọ́ kejì yẹn ìgbà tó máa fi di Friday 2 million ti pé àwọn yẹn náà wá pé kó wá kó gbé 2 million yẹn máa bọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ mú ẹnìkan kan dání ìwọ nìkan ni kó wá fóònù ọkọ ẹ̀ náà wọ́n fi ń pè é o.
Now the question is when all this is happening you will expect a government that is working to track where the call is coming from. Abibeko, I know we have intelligent people watching. At Efi Ramoni Esile, at the Duke Belwe, Kole Simbe, my file, YouTube. The question is, when all this is happening, where is all our intelligent security apparatus to be able to trace where the call was coming from and go there and bust it? But rather, they are not interested in you. We are all now in danger.
Interest here. So, but if my call on Friday, àwọn ń gbàdúrà pé kọ́lọ́n yọ wọ́n inú kìíní tán wà. Ìgbà tó fi máa kúrò níjọ́ Friday láti Èkó wọ́n gbéra lọ sí Ondo State láti ibi tí wọ́n àwọn yẹn náà fóònù direct wọn ilẹ̀ ti ṣú. Àwọn Boko Haram yà sọ fún wọn yé pé kí wọ́n má tún wá kókó lábì kan dúró sí tó bá di àárọ̀ ǹdájí ní 5 ní kó máa bọ̀ torí ọ̀nà àwọn jìn báyìí. So màmá yẹn láti lọ wá ibì kan lọ sùn sí. Nígbà tó dago 5 kí ló fẹ́ ṣe? Ó wá ní kán gbé fóònù fọ́kọ òun.
Ó fẹ́ confirm ọkọ yẹn ẹ máa gbọ́rọ̀ lọ o.
Nígbà tí ó gbọ́ nǹkan ó gbé fóònù fọ́kọ òun. Driver ni wọ́n gbé fóònù fún. Wọ́n lọ yá kó sọ̀rọ̀. Driver sọ fún màmá yìí pé dáàdi ń gbàdúrà lọ́wọ́.
Ṣé ń gbọ́? Because wọ́n ti gbé ìbọn lé driver lórí. This has always been the situation. Ẹni tó bá ti pa wọ́n wá gbé kọ́ọ̀lù fẹ́ lómi. Ó yá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó o bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń yìnbọn fún ẹ lórí ilẹ̀ wa. Àwọn kan ní kò tí ì dé àti sí nínú ogun àfẹ́jà mọ̀kọ́ lè máa ní Kóìkì àfẹ́tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ pásítọ̀ kan ló ti pa nísìn àfẹ́tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ó dáa. Ẹ̀yà máa bọ̀ lọ.
Wọ́n ṣe prayer lọ́wọ́ ni. So ìyẹn tó wò pé irú prayer wo ló ń ṣe tí òun fẹ́ bá a sọ̀rọ̀ tí kí ó ṣe nígbàgbọ́ yìí pé bóyá prayer náà kí ló kàn prayer náà ni àṣẹ Thursday ni wọ́n ti pa wọ́n.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wọ́n ti pa bàbá yẹn láti Thursday but ìyàwó wọn ẹjẹ ń bọ́ kọ́ mi sọ̀rọ̀ àti kó 2 million naira wá àṣẹ wọ́n ti yá mọ́tò ẹ̀ ọkọ ti lọ ẹ̀yin tá à ń sọ fún we are already at war ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ tí rè ẹ̀yin sì ń dúró kí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ṣe gbòòs gbàs but we are already at war.
ìgbà tó di ìjọ Friday yẹn lóòótọ́ ó rí wọn ibi tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ kó máa gbówó bọ̀ ó rí wọn. òun ò kó sílẹ̀ kankan wà òun nìkan lòun wà òkè.
mo lórí live broadcast later.
ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀lì pé wọ́n kọ́ka pé bóyá 100,000 àwọn rí pé 2 million.
2 million. So, family gan tó ro oúnjẹ jẹ wọ́n wá 2 million.
ọkọ̀ dà sápò ni. ọba ẹ̀ẹ̀kan òṣèré wa gbà yín ó bá ní pé ṣe tó ti wó pé wọ́n mú ọkọ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ ìgbà tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ àwọn tó ń bọ̀ aṣọ ẹ̀bọ̀ pẹ́ni tó travel dáàdì kó aṣọ wọn sínú mọ́tò sínú briefcase wọ́n kaṣọ síbẹ̀ tó máa fi change níbi tí wọ́n lọ àwọn Boko Haram yẹn aṣọ dáàdì wọ́n wọ̀.
wọ́n tẹ̀ tún láyà lẹ́yìn tó pààyàn tán wọ́n wá wọṣọ ẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń bọ̀ bí gbàtẹ́ pé bàbá yẹn ló ń bọ̀ ẹ máa gbọ́rọ̀ lọ ó kù díẹ̀.
bàtà wọn náà kó sẹ́sẹ̀ ó ní kan tiẹ̀ dé fìlà ẹ̀
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run
wọ́n ṣe ń bọ̀ ìyẹn ló wà láàrin òun tẹ̀ pọ́kọ òun ni lòun bá tún kí pé tó aránú wà pẹ̀lẹ́ o kiri kan ìgbà tán súnmọ́ òun lòun rí pé ọkọ̀ òun mà kọ́ ó di driver àti àwọn 5 ọ 6 míì tẹ́pàṣọ dáàdì ni wọ́n wọ àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n bá mọ́wọ́ driver wọ́n bá fi lé lọ́wọ́ lòun bá ní ẹjọ́ ọkọ̀ òun gangan ń kọ́ wọ́n bá ní pé àwọn òkú bóyá ò ní gbé owó wá ní kóun lọ síbi ìletò kẹta pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ará àwọn tó kù wọ́n mú dáàdì sí. meanwhile driver yẹn sọ pé ìjọ Thursday ni àwọn pípì tí wàá mú dáàdì kúrò láàrin àwọn. ó náà tiẹ̀ ń wò pé ń bo lọ́ tún wá mú ẹni lọ tí òun ò tẹ̀lé wọn. wọ́n jọ so aṣọ àwọn méjèèjì papọ̀ ni àwọn tó bá kó papọ̀ wọ́n jọ so wọ́n pọ̀ ni. but ó ní Thursday yẹn wọ́n wá mú ìdà wọ́n dẹ̀ fi bẹ́ aṣọ àwọn méjèèjì torí aṣọ driver yẹn aṣọ dádì wà lára ẹ̀ ó ní káwọ́ onídàáná fi bẹ́ tí wọ́n fi mú wọn lọ sínú igbó from that place wọ́n ti mú wọn yẹn wọ́n wá mú wọn lọ sí Ìdúàní inú igbó náà gbogbo tó ń rìn o inú igbó ni o tó Ìdúàní ibẹ̀ ló ń lọ pa wọ́n sí.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
ó ní fúnlò kan wọn lókun mọ́ wọn stress yẹn pọ̀ ó ní wọn náà lè rìn dáadáa mọ́ ká ṣáà máa fọ̀rọ̀ gùn ibi tán ni wọ́n ti pé ibi tí màdàmú driver ibi tán sọ pé ọkọ̀ ẹ̀ wà wọ́n débẹ̀ wọn rí ó bá tún pe nọ́mbà wọn padà pé òun ò rí ọkọ̀ òun bíi tẹ́ ní ó wà wọ́n bá ní dá wọn we don kill am jọ.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run we don kill am.
kọ́ sọ fún ìyẹn o ẹgbòhun kíní kan fún àkàn ká má fọ̀rọ̀ gùn àwọn gọ́vnà náà ṣàtìgbọ́ pé wọ́n kidnap pastor wọ́n ní kí gọ́vnà sọ pé kí wọ́n lọ àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ní pé kí wọ́n lọ wá ògbó inú igbó pé kán lọ wá wọn wá.
gọ́vnà kúṣẹ́.
àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn wọ́n rí òkú wọn ní Ìdúàní.
Ìdúàní àwọn ọmọ Ìdúàní bó nìyẹn wà o.
bóyá Saturday lóru lọ́n rí òkú ẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ṣá níbi tí wọ́n so mọ́ igi wọ́n ṣe wá gbébọn fún un wọ́n wá so mọ́ igi.
ẹ wá ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ pásítọ̀ yẹn kò ní máa rùn káàkiri ẹ rò pé spirit ẹ ti lọ kò lọ ó máa gbèjà wa torí bàbá yẹn wọn lórí òkè ló ti ń bọ̀ ó dé wà nú àwẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ àwọn èèyàn ní pín ẹ má bẹ̀ wọn yan ẹ mọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé mo ṣíra sí wòwò nísìnyí gbogbo yẹn á lọ máa pera wọn wá pé kọ́ wá wo Koiki o èyí tó ká wa lára nísìnyí kò kún anybody àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ṣe rí àwọn gbàdúrà pé kó máa rí báyìí ìyẹn làwa ṣe ń intensify on what we are doing intensify every day and we are not going to give up kàkàkà give up kò ní sí Nàìjíríà mọ́ níṣẹ́ kàkàkà give up kò ní sí tó ń pè Nàìjíríà mọ́ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó ti pa bàbá yẹn tán olórí burúkú gọ́vnọ̀ ó jẹ́ wá rán Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn àwọn olórí burúkú jẹun wèrè gọ́vnọ̀ àwọn ọmọ àlè gọ́vnọ̀ ta ní àwọn gọ́vnọ̀ olórí burúkú ọmọ àlè àwọn tó yẹ ká fàdá bẹ́ orí wọn dànù àwọn gọ́vnọ̀ ìkà.
Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ni wọ́n rí òkú wọn tó gbé lọ sí mọ́ṣúárì.
I only have less than 5 minutes and then I'll be bringing the broadcast because I got to be on the Star Radio UK.
Gbogbo polisi lọ́rùn ti report tó fi nọ́mbà wọn sílẹ̀ wọ́n wá pé ọ̀gbà tó máa pe nọ́mbà wájú nọ́mbà ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà pé kán máa bọ̀ kán wá wọ ẹni náà bóyá ẹni tó ń sọ ń bò máa dé mọ́ṣúárì ó jẹ́ òkú ìlú wa ń bẹ̀.
That's it. Ti lọ.
Òkú yẹn ṣì wà ní mọ́ṣúárì.
Òkú yẹn ṣì wà ní mọ́ṣúárì.
Ó ṣì di next month May.
Ó ṣì di next month May. Kan tó sin.
Kí wàá ni mo wá fẹ́ fà.
Ìdúrà ní ìsìn Ondo State. A ní gómìnà Londo àbí? Ṣé gómìnà wà Londo?
Ẹ bá dé church wa. Ẹ bá rí wa every Sunday. Ẹni ṣe aṣọ.
Ó tún wá sọ̀kan. I don't think we have enough time to play that. Let me see if I can push that a little bit. Ẹni tó fẹ́ lọ ra màálù.
Èèyàn kan wá sí.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
Ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi ní àná.
A ti wọ gàù.
Àwájọ sọ̀rọ̀. Mo wá sọ fún pé ó ní mi ò gbé ṣọ́ọ̀bù ìdí kankan òun gbàṣẹ ó jẹ́ máa gbàṣẹ ẹ lọ.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ aṣọ kọ́ ló wà nílẹ̀.
tó kó tó ju tẹ mi ò ráyè ràn. Kí ló dé àmọ́ a sọ fún wọn ní à ń ṣe arrangement pé báyìí fẹ́ sin pásítọ̀ wa pé mi ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ gbé ṣọ́ọ̀bù náà pé nǹkan kan wá bá mo ṣàṣàlàyé everything já fún ó lóun gbọ́ kókó onúwèé ìròyìn yẹn o.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ kí àwọn kan máa pèsè.
Òun gbọ́ nínú ìsìn o ó ní tó sọ pé ẹnìyẹn pé yẹ̀sí wà lọ́dún ẹ̀ mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pásítọ̀ ṣọkọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ó ní mo mọ̀ mọ́ ní kọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ kọ́ bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kàlẹ́ndà wọn mo ń wá ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí mo ní pásítọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mi ni ó ní ẹnìkan àánú àwọn mi another story tún nìyẹn o.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ this is another one ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
àná lẹ́nìyẹn jẹ́ sí wọn.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
Ó ní ó fẹ́ ṣèyàwó bóyá yìí náà ti gbọ́ story yẹn ìyẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ nílọ.
Ta bá ń kọ́ tí yín because a fẹ́ gbé call ní moment yẹn la ṣe ń disconnect yín á wà lórí live broadcast táwọn èèyàn kì í gbọ́ ẹ bá ti disconnect yín because a busy ní moment yẹn ni.
Ẹ ṣẹlẹ̀ nílọrin ní kò pẹ́ yìí wọ́n ní ọmọkùnrin yẹn fẹ́ ṣe wedding.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
Ni ẹni tó jọ ń gbélé bóyá yàrá kejì sí wá ní pé màálù tí wọ́n ń bì báyìí kó wá lọ ra màálù mẹ́ta ní oko òbí kan ní 250,000 báwọn màálù wọn dẹ̀ máa ń gbó màálù ńláńlá ni wọ́n torí ẹ̀ nìyẹn ó fẹ́ mú màálù bóyá méjì wọ́n ló fẹ́ mú lọ sí ilé ìyàwó ìdílé bàbá ìyàwó ìdílé ìyá ìyàwó bóyá kọ́ṣọ́ àwọn yẹn nìyẹn mi ò mọ̀ o wọ́n fẹ́ ra màálù mẹ́ta so àwọn náà máa mú kan so ẹni ẹ bá ní ibi tóun fẹ́ mú lọ pé 350 ló máa ra mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ẹ̀ 300 ọmọkùnrin yẹn ló bá gbáyè ní wẹ́dì kújọ́ mẹ́fà wẹ́dì ọmọkùnrin kú ọjọ́ mẹ́fà ló bá tẹ̀lé ẹni tọ́jọ́ ń gbélé tí ó mọ̀ pé kidnapper nìyẹn.
Ẹ gbọ́.
Ìgbà tán dàárín kan nugbó kan báwọn kan ṣe jáde sí ni.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
Lánàá ya owó ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kó gbé wá ẹ̀wẹ̀ má pa ohun ìjọ owó màálù ẹgbàá. Ìgbà tí wọ́n gbáwó màálù yẹn tán lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n tún wá kidnap ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní pé kó pòtà ló fẹ́ pè tó máa fún lówó tó fi máa fi sílẹ̀. The same amount tó ń gbà wẹ̀ o pásítọ̀ wa wọ́n ní pé àwọn pípù yìí wọ́n gba 2 million wọ́n gba 2 million ransom kí wọ́n lè fi sílẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ tún pa á bóyá káwọn yẹn náà tó sanwó wọ́n ti pa bọ́ yìí ọlá wípé ọmọkùnrin yẹn kò kú ẹnu ibi tó fẹ́ lọ ra nǹkan ó sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀.
ẹ gbọ́.
ọ̀rẹ́ alágbájá ni ó sọ pé òun fẹ́.
ẹ máa dágbére o fẹ́ lọ ṣàgbèrè ní dágbére kọ́ má bàjẹ́ pé inú igbó lọ ti máa lọ rí bọ́dí ẹ ìtorí ó sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ ibi tó ń lọ àtẹni tó ń bá ṣẹ́rí mo fẹ́ jáde kí n fẹ́ kára you better tell your family Nigeria is not the Nigeria you left last week. ẹ jẹ́ máa fura.
ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fura.
ẹ jẹ́ máa fura.
ẹ wo aago 4 lèmi ń jíjáde tí mò ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ ayé yìí ò gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
àwa tá a lọ sí ìṣòru a lọ sí kí ló ń porúkọ ìṣòru ní Tajud ẹ jẹ́ kílẹ̀ mọ́kẹ́ tó wálé o.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
kí mo sọ ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin màmá àti bàbá mi ẹ jẹ́ kílẹ̀ mọ́kọ́ tó wálé o.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
ọmọ yín ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ni wọ́n jọ fẹ́ lọ ibì kan.
nàlá
ẹ ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ètò ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Abẹ́òkúta.
ẹ ń gbọ́.
ẹ má jẹ́ kí n gba táìmù aláàárọ̀ yìí. ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rẹ́ mọ̀tímọ́tí ni ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ lọ bá dé ẹ má gbà.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
tí ọmọ tó fẹ́ tẹ̀lé lọ ọmọ yẹn wọlé kẹ́ ẹ fèsì kẹ́ ẹ ṣépè fún.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
tó bá tẹ̀lé ẹ bó ṣe máa rí fún ẹ lélẹ́yìí.
ṣé ń gbọ́.
ẹ̀rù á bá wọn wá step aside. ẹ má gbà.
ẹ má gbà.
torí ayé ti di ilé ẹ̀rù o.
ayé ti di ilé ẹ̀rù àníri jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò yìí ẹ join mi ní orí Star Radio UK kí a fún studio ní rìpọ́ọ̀tì news tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà June 12 ní New York wọ́n máa ṣe ìwọ́de 3 days ẹ lọ ra ticket ẹ lọ máa prepare sílẹ̀ fún ẹ lọ́ọ́ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn ní May 1st ó dà ń pé rally náà máa wà ní London gbogbo bí tó bá ti pé rally ẹ fi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ ẹ lọ fún rally yẹn mẹ̀jẹ̀mẹ̀jẹ̀ ti wà nílé o àníri jù báyìí lọ ó Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Kóìkì Media ó dàbọ̀.